This is an official broadcast from the District Behavioral Safety Department. Please remain calm. Do not leave your seat. Do not speak unless instructed. If you are currently inside a classroom, do not attempt to exit until further notice. Administrators have been informed. Doors will remain locked until this transmission concludes. This is not a drill. There is an active behavioral anomaly currently affecting multiple schools across the district. Symptoms appear subtle at first and may resemble normal fatigue, distraction, or social withdrawal. They are not. If you are in a classroom, you may not be alone. Someone near you may already be affected. They will appear ordinary. They will speak. They will breathe. But something beneath that surface has changed. If this message is reaching you, it's possible it has already entered your space. Do not react. Do not panic. If you feel your chest tightening, if your heart rate increases, that is expected. Still yourself. Maintain a neutral expression. Do not make direct eye contact with anyone for longer than 3 seconds. This is how it finds you. It looks for acknowledgement, for attention. Once you give it that, it knows you can see it. And that changes everything. Reports began last Tuesday with what was initially categorized as a psychological freeze. A teacher at Mayfield High School stopped mid-sentence. She did not faint. She did not collapse. She simply stopped. Students described her as a statue, rigid, unblinking, silent. No breathing, no eye movement, no change in expression. For 72 hours, her body remained seated upright at her desk. No decay. No fatigue. She did not respond to sound, light, or human touch. But security footage revealed something that caused concern. During those 72 hours, her eyes remained open, focused on a single point in the back of the room. Not a student. Not a door. A blank wall. And she did not blink once. The footage is under review. It has not been released to the public. You will not see it. But it happened. After her removal, the students were sent home with a counselor's note. 3 of them returned the next day changed. You might not have noticed. You might sit beside someone like this right now. You might have joked with them in the hallway, passed them a note, shared a charger. But you need to understand, they are no longer what they were. They begin subtly. You will hear them repeat things word for word, the exact same tone, the same inflection. Like a recording. Ask them again and they will give you the exact same answer. They will smile at the wrong times. Laugh at silence. Finish your sentences before you begin. At first, you'll think it's just odd. Strange. But then it gets worse. One student stood during a lockdown drill and walked directly toward the back window. Not quickly, not panicked. Just deliberate, like he was answering a call no one else could hear. He stared outside into nothing for 6 minutes. When asked later what he was looking at, he said, "There's someone waiting for me." But no one had been there. Another was caught writing the same sentence in her notebook over and over, "It remembers me." The paper was covered, edge to edge. Her pen had bled through the desk. She said she didn't know she'd written anything at all. You may be thinking this sounds like a disease. Like possession. It is neither. This is not a virus. This is not an infection. This is something that watches. Something that learns. It mimics human behavior with increasing precision, but it does not understand context. It copies tone without meaning. Speech without thought. It is trying to pass. We believe it moves through observation. The more you look, the more it learns. It does not like being seen, but it needs to be watched. That is its paradox. That is how it spreads. Attention is the trigger. Some signs are easier to catch, an inability to use contractions. They will say do not instead of don't. I am instead of I'm. Their grammar will be too formal, too exact. If you confront them, they will not be confused. They will not be upset. They will only tilt their head, and they will blink exactly once. Integration errors may include shoes that remain spotless despite weather, handwriting that does not match previous assignments, skin that is cold to the touch despite room temperature, and phrases that do not belong to a student of their age group or time. One middle schooler began referring to her peers as citizens and called the school the facility. When asked why, she simply said, "This is what I was told." Do not investigate. Do not ask questions. Curiosity is a vulnerability. You are being watched for patterns, for flaws, for inconsistencies in your behavior. Do not deviate from your routine. If you eat lunch with someone every day, continue doing so. Even if they don't blink. Especially if they don't blink. You must not let it know you've noticed. If a student approaches you with a note written in red ink, do not read it. Do not touch it. Red means it knows. Red means it has chosen you. If your teacher instructs the class to make prolonged eye contact, look away. If they call you by your full name, middle included, and you've never told them what it is, do not respond. That is not your teacher. Do not follow them if they ask you to step outside. Do not believe them if they say the principal sent for you. The office does not send summons during class time. Not anymore. An emergency form marked S13 is located in the first drawer of your desk. If it is no longer there, do not draw attention to it. Do not ask your neighbor. Do not raise your hand. You have already been flagged. Earlier this morning, several schools reported mass behavioral freezes. In each case, it began with one student standing too still. They are always the first. Once they stop blinking, others around them begin to follow. Not because they are possessed. Because they are watching each other for instructions. Like birds turning mid-air. Like dancers in a pattern you don't understand. All at once. Some say they can feel when it's near. The room gets colder. The silence becomes too loud. You may hear breathing, but not from anyone you can see. You may feel something behind you, but when you turn, there's nothing there. Just a desk. Just a door. Just a classmate you've known for years who suddenly won't stop staring. We do not know how to stop it. We only know it feeds on familiarity. On repetition. On mimicry. You were not meant to see it. But now you have. And that changes things. This message will not repeat. The bell will ring in 10 minutes. When it does, leave the classroom in a calm, orderly fashion. Do not run. Do not speak. Do not look behind you. If you hear someone calling your name from an empty hallway, do not answer. If a friend you just spoke to walks past you again from the opposite direction, they are not your friend. If your teacher tells you the lesson is starting over and asks you to take out your notebooks again, do not obey. The lesson ended 30 minutes ago. The real teacher never came back. If you are unsure who is real, follow the one who blinks. Always. Stay in well-lit areas. Stay with others. Do not accept written messages. And above all, if you realize too late that you're the only one still blinking in the room, run.